Hey everyone. Today we're going to share some new findings and best practices to help you earn more revenue for your game. I'm Berkley Egenes, Vice President of Marketing at Xsolla, focusing on subscriptions and monetization. My aim at Xsolla is to help partners earn more revenue by providing the tools and services to help you connect directly to your players. What does that mean for you? We have the products and the solutions all in one place to help you do exactly that, to create more loyalty and retain players long term. Over the years, we've helped a lot of developers evolve their games into full-blown businesses and guided publishers with industry-leading tools to help them sell more. Each organization has had one thing in common. They want to earn more long-term revenue. And who doesn't, right? After all, that's what keeps the lights on and makes it possible for us to keep doing what we love, building incredible games and experiences for your community. At the end of the day, what you want is to have recurring revenue, to increase and retain players, and to inspire more loyal gamers than ever before. Even though most developers, large and small, have considered subscription programs, you still have some questions that you need to be answered. Am I right? After doing your own research, you probably are asking, why should I consider subscriptions now? What makes a subscriptions program successful? What is my first step? Let's get started and dive into each of these questions that we have heard from many of you in the community. Subscriptions have long been a revenue tool used by creators, makers, and publishers in many industries. For us OGs, BMG Music was awesome. You could get 12 CDs for the price of one. And then Napster came in and changed the music game forever. These were two of our first introductions into this pay-for-service model. And then it quickly moved into books, movies, podcasts, and streaming followed suit in the last decade. Some of you may even remember Netflix starting as a DVD rental service. Do you remember setting up your DVD delivery queue back in the day? It evolved into a subscription model that created a loyal streaming universe of more than 150 million global users by the end of 2019. Even Amazon consumers can subscribe to regular deliveries of dog food or shaving products to be delivered to their doorstep. And now with Twitch, you can subscribe to your favorite streamers and content creators for a low monthly fee, and half of that fee goes directly back to support the creator. What is one thing that all of these companies are offering? Access. Users are so much savvier than they used to be. And as technology brought newer, easier to use devices, the traditional way of viewing content has totally changed. It used to be that in order to watch a movie as many times as you wanted, you had to own it outright or keep renting it over and over. Now new business models like Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, Sling, and YouTube give us access to huge libraries of entertainment and information, and the ability to watch it on our own devices whenever and however we want. Yeah, no more physical media like CDs. Just sign into your account and pick whatever you want to watch, hear, or do. All the power and control is 100% in your hands. Consumers like that, and we love that. The word consumer is more appropriate now than ever, as consumers demand a buffet of customizable access to content, choices, and new features. Let's get specific and talk about our industry, the gaming industry. We all remember try before you buy, right? We all bet that letting gamers play free for an hour would inspire them to buy the entire game at retail or online. Let's be real, it didn't change much for big traditional game companies, but it did open the door for a larger target market of older gamers and female players. Then around the 2010s, free-to-play with in-game purchases disrupted everything. It meant more cash laid down by hardcore players who wanted to level up their experience. Free-to-play also raised up newbies like Zynga and King by bringing them millions of users. It was a shockwave for developers trying to monetize their game experience. It was a great business model. It still is a great business model. That was then. The big disruption today is subscriptions. As behaviors have changed because consumers want access to more content when and where they want it. They want to play their way, with options, features, and customizations that make the gameplay more personable. So we know players desire access to more stuff, just as it was with movies, music, and even food delivery. A subscription promises consumers unlimited access and choices while still managing their monthly spend. Studies show the best way to entice monthly paying users and to keep them playing is to create a loyalty or reward program. Creating tiered plans like starter packs with upgrades and premium or VIP packages provide access and exposure to new in-game opportunities. And that's the very thing that keeps players in your game. They want a continuously expanding experience and are willing to pay for it. Subscriptions give players premium control over the content. It's their choice to upgrade, level up their experience, or get rewarded for loyalty and consistency in their gameplay. Now that leads us to why subscriptions work for you, the game developer. So do subscription programs really work for you? Well, actually, yes. Subscriptions create revenue with low overhead, inspire player loyalty, and generate predictable income streams you can rely on, all while planning future updates and other long-term goals. Let's get real. We know gaming in general is a challenging and risky business. After working hard on development, you release a great game, catch a lot of industry buzz, and even start seeing revenue from product sales and in-game purchases. But if your business model isn't diversified with more than one income stream, you're not doing anything to mitigate the risk that comes with development. Adding subscriptions to your revenue plan increases your earnings potential. Subscriptions stabilize your income by creating and retaining loyal, paying players. Because your payments are recurring, you add a layer of risk management that lets you better predict what your income will be in a given month or even year. It all adds up at the end of the year. Seriously, would you rather get $79.99 one time or create more opportunities for subscribers to pay upwards of $15 to $25 a month? You do the math. Let's see, split the difference at $20 times 12 is $240 versus $79.99. Yeah, I would take that in a heartbeat, and my CFO will think I'm a genius. It's true that free-to-play allowed developers to reach wider audiences by dropping the upfront price tag. You still have to make money on those players, so studios are now embracing microtransactions combined with subscriptions to monetize their free-to-play games. In 2017, Dota 2 subscriptions earned a whopping $406 million in revenue, up from just $238 million in 2015. That's a 41% increase in revenue in just over 2 years. 41%, wow. Finally, returning for a minute to the question of why now. You don't have to take my word for it. According to media measurement giant SuperData, subscribed players spend twice as much on in-game content as compared to non-subscribers. Most in-game purchases go towards cosmetic items, followed by anything that extends the core game, like new maps, quests, etc. The more stuff they buy, the more interesting the game is, and the more they will play. More engagement leads to more spending. See how it works? Check out our list showing which kind of in-game content players are most interested in buying. So you're probably thinking, excellent, I'm all in. But how do I go from no subscriptions to creating and building a successful program? How can I multiply my revenue stream? Let's get specific. Which attributes will make your program successful? We know that price is the most important factor. You probably already figured that out. But looking closely, we have also found that consumers are willing to pay regularly because you give them more content, exclusives, and customization, a more personalized game. Pay plans are becoming a key factor in success, especially in many modern free-to-play games. Subscribers spend more than twice, there's that number again, as much on in-game content as non-subscribers, a fact that helped World of Tanks earn over $470 million in 2017. So the first thing to think about is the program as a whole. How does it look to gamers when they view the plans side by side? That's what they'll ultimately look at before making any decisions. Successful subscription services add value to a game without affecting the overall balance. They should never provide access to features that should otherwise be included with the game. And a plan should never create a pay-to-win scenario. We just talked about what makes a successful program. But what about the plans? Exactly how many should you offer? Based on consumer behavior, we recommend 3 plans to start. Why only 3? Because too many choices causes a kind of decision paralysis. Also, offering 3 makes it easier for gamers to compare one plan to another and for one plan to appear more valuable than the others. Even if they're technically equal, it's human nature to want one to be better, so we feel comfortable like we've made a great choice. Now let's expand on the idea of 3 plans and go over how to structure them and what you can include. Each one should be measurably more feature-rich than the one before, creating a perception of bronze, silver, and gold, if you will. Tiered choices let gamers at all levels demonstrate their personal loyalty and commitment to the game. Different plans also give players a chance to strive for the next level and easily upgrade for an incremental fee. So there's really no single magic formula for combining features, but there are a handful of common features you can choose to bundle depending on your game experience and in-game economy. Here are just a few of them. Access to an exclusive store, early access to content, free, daily, or monthly rewards. Of course, you don't have to include all these features. We suggest starting with a few and adding more as you learn more about what players want and as your game grows. Great plans aren't just about features. Players as a whole don't take kindly to having their loyalty tested. Gamers are also a passionate bunch after all. Their entire purpose is to compete and do so at a high level. They want their skills to improve and shine above all else. They don't ever want to feel like the system is rigged or stacked against them. As a developer, your best move is to maintain a bond of trust with your players throughout the life of your game. The game should be fun for subscribers and non-subscribers, giving anyone and everyone an opportunity to level up their gameplay while keeping it real. I don't need to say much about this, but keeping your game fresh is also super important. Look, even though your game's exciting from the start, long-term loyalty is based on players' anticipation of the new, the unfamiliar, the bigger and the better. Just as Netflix subscribers are always hunting for a new movie or original series, your subscribers will be on the lookout for new features, benefits, customization options, and ways to personalize. Things like season passes, VIP packs, discounted items, and access to an entire game catalog go a long way to making the game feel new all the time. Look, I know it's a lot to think about. With a little help from Xsolla's experts, you can absolutely create a subscription program that'll reach new players, level up existing players, and drive your game's MAU and ARPU. Let's wrap this up so you can get back to planning your next game release. While developing a subscription program isn't rocket science, it does need a closer look at your business, your game, and your audience. Before jumping in with both feet, start by asking yourself these questions. Who is your target audience? How will a subscription entice new players to choose a plan? What will convince subscribers to upgrade to the next level plan? Together, we can help you answer some of these questions. Next, consider how subscription plan features will change the way players interact with the game and with each other. What features will improve gameplay and make certain elements more exciting? What will your game be like for non-subscribers without all the extras? Of course, it's important to think about how adding subscription plans might shift gameplay and how players will relate to other gamers. Are plan rewards based on a player's actions? How will that reward for actions value be perceived? What fresh, exciting rewards and benefits can you roll out to keep your users engaged and invested? Lastly, but just as important, you need to think about yourself. I know you're likely more passionate about the game than your players, but remember, you still have a business to run. The reason you've listened to us today is because you want additional revenue streams and more stability for your business model. How much of your time can you invest in creating and testing subscription extras? Do you have the people power ready? And are you willing to implement subscriptions in a timely manner? What's the lowest you can charge players for these extras? The highest. Phew, that's a lot to consider, I know. The future is definitely promising. At Xsolla, we have been talking a lot about subscriptions over the past few years, and we know it is and will continue to be a growing industry disruptor in the months and years to come. And ultimately, we think it's the future of gaming. That's why I'm here today, and that's exactly why Xsolla exists, to guide you toward the right business solutions for your game, your players, and your company. We're excited to work with you on this and all of our solutions created to level up your game. So reach out and let's get started. Thanks for watching.